My name is Jamice. I have a 1-year-old daughter. She's actually 19 months. She'll be 2 in September. I came into Project Home Indy when I was 18 years old. When I first came to Project Home Indy, I was actually 6 months pregnant. At the time when I came, I didn't have anywhere else to go, and I found out about Project Home Indy through the outreach center. And the woman at the outreach center wrote a letter for me, and she sent it in to Project Home Indy, and they ended up calling me back. And I came in for my interview, and I was accepted into the house. When I was accepted into the house, I felt like a weight was lifted off my shoulders. I didn't really have to think about, like where I was gonna have my daughter and where she was gonna sleep at the beginning. So I felt much better knowing that I had somewhere to go. Some of the hardest things I could probably honestly say would be some of the rules there, but I had to remember that at that time I was actually the oldest one in the house, so a lot of them were more younger than me, so a lot more of those rules applied. And then occasionally, sharing a house with like 4 other girls got kind of hard, different personalities and different lifestyles and all that. Oh, I got along with everybody. I tend to get along with a lot of people. I don't ever really make enemies or anything like that. So I was at Project Home Indy for about 6 months.
If you were to name a few top things that you learned at Project Home Indy, what would they be?
I could say budgeting, but I'm still bad when it comes to budgeting. They had financial advisors and things like that, people like that come, and we would have a class for maybe about an hour or so, and they would show us how to budget and how to finance what we needed to and make sure we had enough money to cover all the bills. I was at Project Home Indy for about 6 months. Well, in my head I knew I couldn't live there forever because once you turn 19 you kind of age out of the program, so I was like in a time crunch.
How did they all impact some of the choices that you made on a day-to-day basis?
They actually took time out to actually see what it was that I needed help with, and they actually tried to look for resources and things like that to help me. I don't know, it's just hard to pinpoint like just one person because they all were super helpful. To be patient, that was the main thing they taught us, or I got taught. I had a nurse, she came and saw me every week just to keep me updated on the stages of my pregnancy, and she would tell me, different ways to, cope with after having my daughter and how to coach my daughter into being obedient and things like that. School on Wheels, yeah, that's exactly what it was called. I did School on Wheels, but I only did it for like a week because they ended up saying that I didn't have to because I had already graduated. Try to guide them and show them different ways to do certain problems and things like that, even though I didn't have to. I tried to be the one to show them the positive side of a lot of stuff because a lot of it was negative. They just didn't think there was much hope left, basically.
What about fun times in the house at Project Home Indy? Outings with staff, outings with other residents. What kind of things do you remember doing?
I remember when I was the only one living in that house mostly. That's the main part I remember. It was a point when I was the only girl at that time, and I was able to go anywhere I wanted to. I went and got ice cream every day. We just went anywhere. So, they like to have fun too. They're not just there, just to be breathing down your back. Like, they like to have fun too. Anytime I said I wanted to go out, they were like, okay, let's go. Oh, anytime I need help, I know that I can call PHI and they will try to help me as much as they can. They still supply me with diapers and things like that when I get low. They still try to help me if I need financial assistance. They try to help me in any way that they can. And like sometimes I'm always telling them I feel bad for always asking because like I said, there's 5 girls that live in this house now. And I'm not living there anymore, so sometimes I feel like I'm taking from them. But they always tell me that, you know, I'm still considered, you know, one of the girls, and so they still help me. And I really appreciate that help, because half the time I can never find anybody else that can help me besides PHI. You thought you was going back, didn't you? So this is my daughter Jalen. She is actually 19 months to be exact. She'll be 2 in September. I was 6 months pregnant when I moved in, and at that point I really didn't know what I was gonna do. PHI, you know, all the workers at PHI and everybody else who supports PHI, thank you, because at that moment in my life, if I wouldn't have been able to come here, then I really don't know like where I would have been. I don't know how things would have turned out, because for me to have to go to a group home, I think I had to really be in need of some help, and I was. And so it just was shocking to me how people that don't know you can just take you in and try to help you as much as they can and barely even know anything about you. Baby.
Baby.
Say bye.
Bye.
Say bye-bye.